Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday, happy Sabbath, each and every one of you. Great morning to each and every one. I can only anticipate everyone is feeling good this morning and in top spirits, Get up this morning feeling optimistic, ready for the day. Hope that is happening for you. And if it's not happening, I can just hope and pray to God that it happened to you really quickly. Now I got up this morning and I just had a quick download and I want to talk about it. And also I saw something a little funny in my phone, but I don't want to talk about that yet because it's like, how are these people really getting so deeply into my phone? And I think that is the reason why I want to talk about this topic here. And it has to do with crossing boundaries. Boundaries, ladies and gentlemen, boundaries. If you have ever had your boundaries crossed in this life, anytime, it's against not only physical law, but it's against spiritual law. And when people seek to cross your boundaries spiritually and also physically, we know that that is not right. And there's no way that they can get justice from what they're doing, or they cannot justify from crossing your spiritual and physical boundary. There's nothing giving anyone the right to cross your physical or your spiritual boundary. What gives a man or woman a right to see everything that you do day by day, minute by minute? It's because of a hidden agenda and something that they want to do. And something they want to one-up you. It could be because of ego, they want to hurt you. And that's why people do that. People pay people just to see what is it you're doing, where you're going, what you're buying, about your whole life. And that is crossing boundaries in the most inhumane way. So they're pulling data on you just to make sure that they can see what you're doing to counteract it. And that is wrong spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Anybody that tries to cross your boundary like that, to that level, there's some form of mental incapacity that is surfacing in their brain. That is not only control, that is obsession. And no one should be subjected for their boundaries to be crossed that way. I want to tell you what the Bible says about boundaries. And this is what it says. What does the Bible say about setting personal boundaries? Learning the intricacies of setting personal boundaries can be difficult, especially for us women who are taught to be nice. We are taught to be nice. But did you know that God's goals for your life is not that you're nice, but that you should make a difference, ladies and gentlemen? When it comes to setting personal boundaries, it's always good to be nice, but it's to make a difference. And many times, people cross that boundaries. Why? Because you're too nice. And if you switch it up, you become a wolf in sheep clothing. You change because you switch it up. You do not want people to cross your boundary, and you should not cross anyone's boundary. It is wrong. What are you looking for on another human being? Their flaws? What is it that they do? To do what with it? We all have flaws. We all make mistakes. What is important is what you do behind closed doors. You want to see what somebody else do behind closed doors, but what do you do behind closed doors? Nobody's crossing your boundary to see that, because you're busy trying crossing somebody else's boundary to see what they're doing. It is wrong, spiritually and physically. You should not cross another person's boundary. Every one of us put emotional and mental boundaries in the interest of self-protection and mental awareness. Professionals agree that boundaries are healthy Spiritual boundaries are similar, beneficial to our spiritual well-being. They should be clear boundaries to govern the beliefs we hold and how we put those beliefs into practice. How I serve God and I call on God, it's my personal boundary. Why should you cross it? Why should you judge it? Yours, that's what you should focus on, is your space. What you get up every day and how you talk to God. Why what my boundary is, how I talk to God, should interest you. I don't understand. So you want to see how I get on my knees every day and pray. You know, if I get up, how I look, you know, probably what I have on. To do what with it? To share it to the world, to do what? Because I don't understand when people cross people's boundary. You will see things that you're not supposed to see. People get up, they got boogers in the nose. They didn't sleep with much clothing, you know. You probably see something with their body. What are you looking for? It is spiritually and physically wrong to cross someone's boundary. It's not right. In short, the Bible says we should have personal boundary when it comes to our morality. In effect, it's caused by overstepping a boundary that should have been in place in our lives. There are ethical and moral lines that you must not cross. Ladies and gentlemen, I have had my boundaries crossed so many times in this life. And it started about 8 years ago. More so from 2000 come back. If I get up in the morning and I look sleepy, that picture is captured and sent because there is a purpose. So when you see people try to cross your boundary, is that they have a mission. And still, I'm here by the grace of God. We need to stop allowing people from crossing our boundaries because we are not crossing theirs. For me, I've learned now every day I get up with the intent to research about my phone, my personal space, at work, because people have crossed boundaries. Because they need to know what you're doing, because what they want to do, to hurt you. But behind doors, they're doing 10 times worse than you are in your authentic space, in your authentic self, but they cross your boundaries. We have to protect ourselves physically and spiritually. If I go on my knees and pray to the God Almighty with a t-shirt, that's how I do it. If a Hindu do, a Muslim, whatever is your belief, leave those people be. You are crossing boundaries that are not right. They're not yours. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we have to protect ourselves physically and spiritually. And that's why I wanted to talk. I'm passionate about this topic because these things have been happening to us for so long. What does it give you? What gratification does it give you? To get in another person's phone to see what? What they're researching, who they're talking to. That person have a personal life. And their boundaries should be respected. People who cross people's boundaries should be ashamed of themselves. How can you look at yourself in the mirror when you cross another person's boundary every day? It is not right, ladies and gentlemen. And then you go behind and you say all the derogative things that are not true. And you make up stories. You take a snapshot of a picture and you say, this is what happened to her, or this is what happened to him. Ladies and gentlemen, stay woke. Protect your boundary at all costs. Do a lot more research. Love and light. I'll see you in my next message. Peace.